Alright guys, now as you can see, my brows are already done. Now if you want the scoop on those bad boys, please go ahead and check out my latest video, my everyday brow routine. Now, as you can see, I am priming my lids with the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and that is in the shade Porcelain. And then I'll be taking the Wet n Wild concealer brush and just blending that bad boy out. Alright, and now I'm just going to be taking my Maybelline Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Medium Deep along with my Real Technique setting brush, and I'll just be setting all of that concealer into place. And today for eyeshadow, I'll be using the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. Y'all, this palette is amazing. Amazing. First of all, look at that pigmentation. Like, okay. So first I'm going to be using that, like, it's like a sea green shade, and I'll just be putting that into my upper crease area. And now I'm going to be using that pretty blue shade and just focusing that directly into my crease. And now I'm just going to be taking that royal blue shade along with one of my pencil brushes and focusing that color directly into my crease, like just to define it and make it pop a little more. Alright, and next I'll just be taking that same LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Porcelain along with one of my Wet n Wild concealer brushes. Now y'all, this brush is definitely tiny compared to what most, makeup artists use to cut their creases with. But personally, I like to use this smaller brush, well, a smaller brush, period, because it's easier for me to cut my crease, being as though I don't have that much experience with it. So but to each his own, you use what is comfortable for you. This is just what I prefer to use for the time being. And then after I get my crease and everything situated, then I'll just be setting my eyes. As you can see right now, I put no additional product on that setting brush because it was already product on it. So now I'll just be taking that, it's like a Barbie pink shade with one of my flat round brushes and just placing that directly into the center of my cut crease. And y'all, I'm just packing that pink in there just to intensify it a little bit more. Now I'm just going to be taking another brush and applying that pretty like shimmery white color directly into the inner corner. Now I'll just be taking that pretty purple shade and placing that directly on the outer corner and blending it into the pink. And now I'm just going back in with that same royal blue shade just to define my crease a little more. And then next I'll be taking my matte liquid liner by NYX and just putting on my wing. And as you can see, I'm no expert, but I still get the job done thanks to my tape. And then after I apply my wing, I'll then be using my favorite concealer by Too Faced in the shade Chestnut. Now, I was raving about this concealer in my last video. Pretty much all my videos, this is the same concealer I always use, but I love to conceal with this as well as highlight. And yep, that's just what I'll be doing right now before I apply any foundation. Alright, and now I'm just going to be taking my damp Real Techniques beauty sponge and just blending that concealer right on out. Then I'll be taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer, and it's actually a color corrector in the color orange, just to cover up any hyperpigmentation areas that I have on my face, which is obviously around my mouth. And then I'll be blending that out as well with another damp blending sponge. Now I'm just going to be taking my Too Faced Born This Way foundation, which is my fave, in the color Tiramisu, along with that flat top kabuki type brush from BH Cosmetics. And then I'll just be applying that all over the face. Now guys, I'll just be using that same concealer from Too Faced to just highlight all my areas on my face that I love to be highlighted. Then eventually I'll be using my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade medium, and that I'll just be placing directly on top of the concealer under my eyes. And I like to do that step just to give me a brighter under eye. Now I don't do it all the time, but of course this look is very dramatic, so that's what I'll be doing right here. And then for contour, I'll be using the L'Oreal Infallible foundation stick in the color Espresso. Now I don't use this too often, but for the sake of this dramatic look, I wanted to try it on top of using the composition notebook from the crayon case, and that's my fave. I use that literally all the time to contour with, but eventually you'll see along the way I'll be using that on top of that foundation stick. And then as you can see right here, I'm just blending everything out. And guys, whenever I do a bright under eye, I always love to use that same finishing powder that y'all saw me use in the beginning of this video by Maybelline. And then now I'll just be taking my Too Faced finishing powder in the shade Translucent Deep and setting all over the rest of my face with it. Alright guys, so now I'll be contouring my nose with the shade Bobby from the Composition Notebook. And then next for blush, I'll be using the Watch Me Blush Palette by the Crayon Case, of course. And I'll be using two shades, both Cranberry and Berries. Now you didn't see me insert the clip from when I was using the shade Berries, but I actually went back over top of Cranberry because it was a little bit too red for me, too pinkish for me. Now I'll just be going back in with the Composition Notebook using that shade Trophy, and y'all see that highlight. I am obsessed with it. Like, it is perfect for me. I love it. Like, every time I do my makeup, this is literally the highlighter that I personally choose to use. But anyway, so now I'll be going back in with that Take Me Back to Brazil palette and just adding some color to my bottom lash line. And I'll be using that royal blue shade along with that first green color that I used initially in the beginning of the video. I just used those two colors together and just smoked out my bottom lash line. For mascara, I'm just going to be using the Voluminous Lash Paradise from L'Oreal in the color Black is Black. And now onto my favorite part. Y'all already know, my lashes. Yes, these are in the style So Stasia, and they're from the Col'ItEyeCandy collection. I will leave all the information somewhere on the screen where you can definitely go check these bad boys out. But yes, they are 25mm mink lashes, and these are to die for. Like, y'all, look at the difference in my normal lash compared to this. Like, it just set it all the way completely off. And y'all, I never do my lashes, or I never apply my lashes on camera. It just, I don't know, because I place my lashes underneath. I don't put them on top. I love the look of them when they're underneath my lids opposed to placing them on top. But yes, these weren't that hard to they weren't that hard to apply. So I was definitely able, as you can see, to apply it on camera so you guys can see the look of them. And now I'm just placing some bottom lashes. Well, these are just regular individual eyelashes that I picked up from my local beauty supply store, but I love to apply them on my bottom lash line just to give me a more dramatic effect. And now I'll be taking that same mascara and just going over top of them lightly though, just to give it more, you know, give it more oomph. And then I'll be taking my NYX matte liquid liner again, and I can never forget about my mole. It tops everything off all the time. All right, y'all, and last but definitely not least, I used a brown lip liner from Wet n Wild, and then on top of that, I used my lipstick from MAC called Blankety, as well as a Supernatural lip gloss from Revlon, topping everything off with some MAC Fix Plus and straightening the back of these bundles, boo. All right, y'all, so this look is officially complete, and I must say, I am in love with this palette. This Take Me Back to Brazil palette is fucking crazy. Like, y'all, like, first of all, let's just talk about all the colors. Like, look at all those shades. Like, and it's such a variety of them. Like, I think it's, was it 32? 35. It's 35 shades. You got some matte, some shimmers. Oh, I forgot about these three at the bottom. But yeah, like, and it's just popping. You got different pinks, different yellows, different greens, blues, different purples. Then you got your white, your black, and this is like a mint green down here, but it's like the camera's kind of throwing it off a little bit, but it's very pretty. I can't wait to try that one as well. But yeah, like, y'all, this palette is a shit, and this look came out so freaking bomb. Like, I ain't know what the hell I was gonna do today. I'm like, okay, I know I gotta do something, you know, I wanted to do something extravagant because of the lashes, of course. These are the Sostasia lashes that I was telling y'all about in my last video from my best friend. Her brand is called Col'ItEyeCandy. And again, these are the cases. The inside is like so. And these are the bad boys on my eyes. Oh my God, y'all. Look at that. And then, of course, I had to throw some bottom ones on because the look wouldn't have been complete if you ask me. But yes, these lashes are popping. This eyeshadow palette is popping. These earrings are popping. This fucking wig is popping. But yes, guys, like, I thank y'all so much for returning back to my channel and watching this look. And if you have not already, please go watch my everyday brow routine video. That was highly requested. I have a lot of people that ask, how you do your brows? How you do your brows? I mean, I don't think that they're all that, but I know that they, you know, look pretty good. But yeah, so I definitely uploaded a video prior to this one. And go check that one out if you're interested in seeing how I did these brows. If you want to learn how to do your brows, whatever is there. But yes, y'all, again, I thank y'all so very much for coming back and watching this video. Keep on supporting me. I love y'all so much. And definitely like this video. Comment if you have any questions, suggestions, or whatever. Yes, and definitely subscribe if you have not already, and follow me on Instagram. Like, you know, I'll leave it, you know, on my intro, you'll see my name _Nastasia with 2 A's. And that's a wrap, folks. Bye, y'all. I ain't got no more. I need another pack.